This is going to be the greatest pre-recording preamble that we've ever had.
Anyway, continue.
So you were talking, Ben, on episode of the Black Mind Podcast, episode 340. Ben, also joining me this week is Josh, about how every single game that you had was DRM or physical for a long time. And then I'm assuming you became a PC gamer.
No, actually, I did that even after I started primarily PC gaming. Actually, I primarily PC game from a very young age. I was primarily a World of Warcraft player back in 2006. That was when I went really hard on it. And so I played Warcraft 3 and all that stuff on PC like a ton back then. But I had the physical copies. Like I have a physical box of World of Warcraft still. Same thing with my Diablo 3 box and Diablo 3 Lord of Destruction jewel case. I still have that, all the CD keys, all that stuff. I even have a collector's edition of Dead or Alive Ultimate for the Xbox 360, the Steelbook case over there on my shelf. So I used to I was kind of a split gamer where I played on both, but the thing is when I got my PS4, I got the PS4 Slim when those go on sale when the Pro was coming out, and I was still buying physical games for it. And then like I said, like I realized at a point that I was still downloading over half the game, even though I was buying physical copies. So then I hit a point where I was like, why would I bother? And I bought, I think the last physical game I bought was Persona 5. And then I was like, why am I buying physical games anymore? Because I'm downloading half the game anyway. Basically, the only thing to do, and I can't just put the disc in and then play offline. I had to download a patch anyway. So I was like, why bother doing this? And the thing is, like, if my PSN account gets banned, I can't use any of my PlayStation games anyway. So it's just like I might as well just buy it digitally and just say fuck it at this point, because it doesn't matter. Like even if you buy something physically now, you're still only renting the license to use it. It's just, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, for my take on the fucking game discs and stuff, I know I was pretty hard into console gaming for the most part. And then when I finally got a gaming PC, I kind of just made a full switch to just gaming on the PC. But like that, like transitional, like that phase of like when I went to PC, and now I'm actually kind of buying physical stuff again. But it's like the weird, like, it's oddly coming back full circle to being collector shit again, because there's websites like Limited Run that will make physical copies of the fucking like Dead Cells or Binding of Isaac, or these old download only games that finally have their last patch update, whatever they had. And even developer says, yes, I'll make a physical copy of this thing because the last update I'm ever going to do in this thing. So you get that copy from Limited Run, this is the ultimate edition. There's no more updates after that, so you can have this full copy of a game. And it's also a collector's thing, because you're buying a physical copy of a DLC game. You probably get cheaper on the internet, which is fucking, again, full circle.
I don't know. I think that's kind of cool.
It is because cool. I agree. I like it. Because, like, you can get...
Especially for a game that got so successful as Binding of Isaac, to be able to get a physical copy of that and then, like, maybe have collector's edition perks on the side of it, that's fucking sick, in my opinion.
There's Limited Run. There's another one called Husky? No. Last Games? No. It was like their logo is like that of the Bernard, like Saint Bernard, and it has the barrel around his neck, and that's the logo is basically that dog. And they're also do last copy run games type of thing. And yeah, like I think the idea is cool. Although it might get into weird territory if the developer for whatever reason goes back to update it or something. Then you're like, well, oops. Like, yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much a promise from a developer, just saying like, yeah, I'm not touching that anymore. Don't worry about it. Yeah. But like, yeah, the Limited Run stuff, it's neat. I really like it. Not sure about physical, like other physical bonuses to go with it. I think so far you just get a disc and like a cool cover and a case. Yeah, but it depends on the version or the super duper ultimate edition you get. But like, yeah, I know I have a few of those Limited Runs games on my shelf, so I'm fat person.
I've only bought 2 collectible games ever, and it's the Dead or Alive one that I said earlier, and I bought the SWOT Tour Collector's Edition when that came out because it came with the Darth Malgus statue, and I still have that, which is really cool.
I mean, we all know that SWORD is going to be fantastic when it is re-released on.
I think you're thinking KOTOR on the Switch.
KOTOR.
Yeah, no, SWOT Tour is the MMO.
Yes, I am. I am
I
thinking
wonder
of
how
that.
much this statue's worth, because I never looked. Oh, it's only worth like $40.
I'm looking forward to when they re-release KOTOR, the new KOTOR game.
Oh well.
That's going to be fun. Imagine if they just somehow destroy KOTOR.
Oh yeah,
sense.
the remake. You know, I apparently heard that the lead writer that they had, the super.
Oh no, she got fired.
Yeah, that she got fired off of that. So I have some hopes that she probably wanted to change shit that they weren't cool with, and I probably think
Imagine
the license holders gave the hard veto, and she said "fuck that" and pulled some shit and got and then it was you either quit or get fired, and she's like, I'm not quitting, so then they fired her.
Yeah. Could you imagine if like she made a worse BioWare game than BioWare? That's a pretty crazy bar.
I mean, do we know the far enough reason for the firing, or is it just that she's gone?
It's just that she's gone.
Okay.
They usually don't release those kind of details about that, especially
Yeah.
if it's disciplinary, because that can be a whole legal nightmare.
Yeah. Because if it was like literally changing story stuff and they got vetoed super hard, then that's just a whole other can of worm bullshit.
Yeah.
Because like, depending on what she wanted to change, it could have been like, you know, really good character development they didn't want, or it could have been all these characters are gay now. Like,
I feel like the biggest thing that KOTOR needs is that it needs modernization of the voice acting and the lines. Like the writing just needs to be shored up to be more. You know, this isn't when did that game come out? Like 2000 something.
I think it was like 2004, 2005.
yeah, something like that.
It was back in the time when I didn't really care
2003.
about video games.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is still like pretty like fledgling level of like story based games. And a lot of the dialogue is like stunted, and especially a lot of the direction of the voice actors is not up to par for a modern title. So I think the biggest thing is just like smoothing out a lot of the situation, bring in some of the deleted content, and like fix some of the pacing of the game. And then that's all you really need. Like, I don't even think the mechanics need to be changed. Maybe just some like rebalancing and some like updated graphics and mechanics. Not even mechanics wise. I think the mechanics of the game is fine. I think maybe. Yeah, honestly, the biggest thing is, in my opinion, is all that needs is it needs to just have like updated dialogue. Just needs to be like cleaned up and like modernized.
Just make the conversation good.
Yeah, make game good.
Make just do your job, make it good. Okay, we'll have fun.
Yeah, I don't even think the game really needs even any rewrites to any of the particular scenes. Like maybe like rewrite the Saving Basilisk scene on the first planet because it's a little like shit. But like in general, like I can't think of any other particularly like sore point that I had in through the game. I just think a lot of the things revolving around Basila is just like her character is just bad, and it's not bad as in like, oh, you know, like, oh, she's like a independent woman but she's aggressive so it's bad. It's like, no, it's more like she's just a dick. And there's a difference between being like a strong woman and being a dick. She's just a dick. Like literally, like you go through all the trouble.
Isn't that a lot
her.
of? Isn't that a ton of the female characters nowadays?
Well, it's strange because this was written in 2003. But yeah, a lot of them now I feel like are just written like dicks. But the thing is, like, you've played it, right? Do you remember how that scene goes?
I have never played KOTOR. I kind of want to do it for a live stream.
Okay, do you want me to tell you about the scene that why it kind of like irks me?
Yeah, sure, do it.
All right, so I want to just preface spoilers for the end of the first planet in the game of KOTOR. So you and Karth go through the whole first planet, and you go through this whole thing of like joining a swoop gang and racing for them to win Bastilla back, that she's been captured from another swoop gang. And she's been kind of like slave collared and like force suppressed, so she can't like do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go through all this to get her back. Because she was captured after the whole like getting her ship shot down and bullshit. So you go through all this, you risk your life, you win the swoop race against a super rigged thing. Like they were rigging it. They had like explosives on the track, all this other shit. And then like he even goes back on the deal at the end because he's like, oh, you know, they offered me so much money to give her over to the Sith. Like, screw you, we're gonna fight now. Then you fight this entire swoop gang right after the swoop race alone, kill them all. And then as he's like threatening her like in the cage, she uses her force powers to like pull the guy into the force cage and like breaks it. And then she breaks out and then is like, I saved myself. I don't even need you. And then just walks off. And you're just like, I just killed 20 guys and won a swoop race for you. And you're just going to be this huge bitch to me at this point? And then when you get back to the apartment with Karth, she's like, you're a fucking idiot. And it's just like, what? It's like, yeah, I would have gotten out of that situation by myself. You didn't need to risk your life going through all that swoop race bullshit just to save me. It's like, you were unconscious in a fucking, like, prison cage, like a force field cage. And we did everything in our power as loyal Republic soldiers to save your life, and you're going to bitch us out about it? Like, come on.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it's normal for the master in order to bitch people out.
It just reminds me of in fucking Mass Effect 2 or 3, where when you start out, of course, the game has to reset you to 0. So they're like, you're on vacation and you came back. Or, oh, I was in prison for a couple of years. And it's like, it just baffles me. That's like, wait, you saved the galaxy twice and they still don't trust you? What the fuck is wrong with these people? It's like you the first time it was secretive. Second time, everyone knew about it. So it's like the third time, they still don't fucking trust you. It's like, what's wrong with you people? Like, ugh.
Okay, because fuck you.
There's actually a whole explanation to this that they actually tell you in game. It's just you have to really like kind of hunt for it.
Oh, God.
So in 2, you have nothing to do with saving the Reapers or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
What happens is when you die in the beginning of 2 is that after 1, they send you out to finish cleaning up Geth because they have been aligned with the Reapers. So you're doing general missions to like hunt down Geth and like find out more about the Reapers. So and then you get jumped by the Collectors and die. So then you're brought back by Cerberus, and because you're brought back, and since you were pronounced dead and you were gone for like years at that point, they thought that basically bureaucracy and corruption is what kind of like smoothed over the fact that like, oh, you know, the Geth have been decimated by Shepard. He killed the Reaper. We're good. It's fine. And then so you spend 2 doing the Collectors thing, and that's when you find out that there's such a larger plot behind the Reapers that linked the Collectors that nobody knew about, because the Collectors were a total mystery. Nobody knew shit about them. And then you end up in the beginning of 3, back at Alliance Command after all that shit went down, trying to plead your case. But because Cerberus is literally so vilified by the Alliance, and you were then recreated and basically a cyborg of Cerberus, they do not trust you in the fucking least, because they're like, this guy could be a sleeper agent. He's probably not even actually Shepard. He just has his face. There's no way they can trust you at all.
So Josh, to explain it, are you aware that Cerberus is basically humanity first and humanity only?
Yeah.
They're space Nazis.
Yeah.
They are literally you are literally working for the bad guys.
Yeah. I know
for that game.
I know for when I was playing third one, the third and second one, I was like, I don't know, I should trust these people because one, they're like, oh, we got looking out for humanity, and I'm like, I get that, sure, but I don't know how you're going about this though. Like,
and the third one really makes it clear that the elusive man is not looking out for humanity.
yeah, wasn't he under control of the fucking space aliens?
Partially.
Yeah, he got indoctrinated fairly, like, during those 2 years that you weren't there, because he got more and more aggressive with his Reaper research, and when you're in contact with Reaper tech, no matter what it is, it indoctrinates you. So since he got, mildly indoctrinated, and he was like, you know what, I can use this. And he tried to manipulate his own people into being indoctrinated for himself. But in the end, he was just indoctrinating the Reapers anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it was literally their whole plan to stabilize the system. And it worked out absolutely perfectly for them, because that's exactly what Cerberus did. And the elusive man had no idea.
Yeah.
It's so funny that he got 5D chess in his 3D chess plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was the whole entire idea of Cerberus is like basically imagine I want to say imagine Donald Trump, except that he was as evil as everyone said he was. Like Donald Trump was an incompetent fool. The Cerberus is basically, what if Donald Trump was actually competent?
I don't know if that's a very good equivalency.
Because if Donald Trump was actively intelligent to some degree, he would not be doing half the shit we'd be doing.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true.
Fuck.
But I don't know.
Yeah, and fucking, what else? We're also talking about that streamer we're doing and playing.
Yeah, we played Devil May Cry and I played Pokemon Arceus.
Yep, you got through at least the beginning tutorial bullshit. There's still some more tutorial bullshit, sadly, because that's Pokemon games for you.
Psychonauts is still good.
Psychonauts
is still good.
Oh yeah. Like, other than, okay, here's to defend you a little bit on the Psychonauts your playthrough of it. You're making jumps and you're going to areas that you're just falling into water constantly. And I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? And it's technically not your fault. I would argue that just the gameplay mechanic of doing the double jump and then you floating, not long enough. I would argue that the floating, like, you can have your telekinesis bubble pop up over your head, and you use that as a slow descent.
Ben, did you watch me fail as in Psychonauts?
I did not.
He did not. But like, I would argue the floating mechanic, it used to be forever, and it never went away until you touch something. And in the recent Psychonauts 2, like, the bubble goes above your head, but it only goes on for a couple seconds and it disappears. And I'm like, that bubble should be longer, because trying to aim your, on a platform properly, you kind of need to shimmy left and right a lot before you hit the platform. And that bubble disappearing so soon, it's like, man, you gotta dial in your jumps real well sometimes. And I don't think it's not necessarily freaking Jeff's fault for jumping into a lot of water. Although another bad game design thing I felt it's kind of all the way throughout the whole game is that it looks great, a lot of detail, but I'd also noticed that you're just overshooting your jumps and like overshooting the platforms are supposed to be going on. It's like, you couldn't tell if you're supposed to go full speed or not full speed, and it's like, and you're just hitting into a wall and you're falling into the water. It's like, what the hell? But other than that, like, the game's still great. The game still looks amazing. You still got an amazing story that you're always going for with, like, Tim Schafer stuff.
Yeah, it's actually really fun. There's some deception.
Yep.
that's going on
Yeah,
now?
there's now currently a mole about, and you're trying to figure out who the mole is, and you brought back a certain psychonaut from the camp, and he's like, wait, I'm back at HQ. I'm not supposed to be here, but I got some shit to do. And turns out he's just going back to his routine again, like he did at the campgrounds. And you're like, oh, okay, you gotta go through this thing again because his mind was fractured in a battle he took years and years ago. So, and you're trying to build his brain back a little. You're like, that's cool.
And then when you enter his head, he sits there and he constantly goes like, nope, this place is fucked. I don't want it fixed. There's no way we're gonna fix it.
Yeah, because he said himself, I tried fixing this for years and it's nearly impossible. It could be fixed. He's like, he said it's probably impossible because like he tried doing it for years and he can't. And he's supposed to be the best. So it's yeah. So. Yeah, that game does some like good storytelling, and also like showing, like especially when you jump into what's his name, Francis Ford? No, Ford. When you jump into Ford's mind, it like shows like what he remembers, and then showing stuff afterwards, like from what he remembers of camp and then versus what he's trying to remember, it's a completely different story. And it's like, oh dude, this is so cool, and how everything kind of transitions and you trying to go around in people's brains and stuff. It's awesome. Very awesome.
Yeah, it's that game has so much style. I love it. Yeah. So anyways, Ben, what have you been playing?
Uh-oh.
Oh no, Ben's dead.
He fell asleep.
There we go. My mic's.
Oh, there he is.
Nope, my mic. I muted my mic for a second because people. But anyway, I've been dabbling in Destiny.
Somebody said the bad words. Oh no.
No, my roommate was talking to his girlfriend. He's walking around behind me. That's all.
Okay. Oh, you moved out. Congratulations.
No, he just lives with me.
Oh.
My friend. He's my good friend.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there's more people in my house now. But anyway, I've been dabbling in Destiny too, some more. I leveled my I did the campaign on my Warlock, so my Warlock's now 1550 as well. I played Borderlands 3 today because I got it for free from the Humble Bundle like a bit ago. I think it was where I got it. I don't remember. I just remember I got it for free. And Elden Ring, of course, because she's not playing Elden Ring.
I'm not playing Elden Ring. I'm going to stream Elden Ring. So I have not played a single second of Elden Ring.
Really? Why?
Because I don't have time in order to play it, and now I actually have time coming up to play it.
Honestly, I feel playing when I play Elden Ring lately, I feel like it's best to like keep it in them short bursts. Do like an hour or two of Elden Ring, and it's like do like 4 or 5 dungeons and then stop, because then you don't get mad. Personally,
Yeah.
and then I just go play Destiny for like 4 hours. Then I'm like, I should probably go to bed.
Wait, Destiny's pretty good. I've been playing a little bit of Destiny here and there.
Yeah, I've kind of like I had to like make myself not take Destiny seriously anymore. It's one of those things where it's like with other MMOs, I had to be like, all right, I can't go hard because I'll burn out. So like, I have to kind of just like accept that I'm going to be behind the curve basically.
I mean, I'm very much behind the curve.
True.
And I'm still having fun.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like, there's a lot of pressure in a lot of these games to be caught up and up to date. It's like, and even that, like, I feel like I'm ahead of the average player. Like, when I group with people, they're like level 50 or like 25 in the battle pass, and I'm level 91.
Yeah.
So even though like I'm playing like pretty casually, for me at least, I'm actually not, which is pretty funny when you think about it. But it's just like if I wanted to, I could go hard. I could go real hard. I could be over level 100 right now, and I could be like in the raid and all that shit. But I would kill myself. I would not want to do that for my own mental health. I can't do that anymore. Like, I used to do that for like WoW and stuff, but no.
I mean, well, World of Warcraft is different from Destiny, and I can say that because Destiny is actually fun, unlike WoW. Which
I feel like the commitment level is the same though.
I despise World of Warcraft.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm just saying, I feel like the commitment level for like cutting edge PvE is about the same, and not quite for PvP because there really isn't a competitive PvP scene. But I just mean like from a standpoint of like getting into raid and optimizing every single day you are to get as high item level as you can. That is the same commitment level, in my opinion, that you would have to put into as a Mythic Raider of World of Warcraft. I'm sure World of Warcraft fans would vehemently disagree. They're like, you need to do all that out of raid farming for consumables and shit. And I'm just like, yeah, but like in Destiny, you have to continue to grind and do all your pinnacle drops on all 3 characters every week. And then grind Nightfalls all day, every week for good rolled guns to do good DPS. Like, it's there. Don't say it's not. It's just in a different place.
It is there.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna argue with that. The problem with Destiny is like it's all about how hard you want to go. Yeah. Like it's like if you want to go really hard, you can go really hard really quickly.
Yeah, it is.
But if you're like me and you're like, I just play it for fun and I just have fun and gun fun and game gun fun and I don't want optimum game, you can just be like, you can just play it and you're like, oh yeah, I'm just doing fun. You don't have to grind Nightfalls.
True.
Which is kind of how I'm doing it. So, yeah. Josh, no. Anything else? Anything else? Ben, you seemed like you were really interested in talking about how's Elden Ring.
I think Elden Ring's pretty good. It's definitely it took me a whole day to like get back into the game, and that day consisted of me brutalizing my poor keyboard. Keys were found on the floor.
Yeah.
So that happened. But then I stopped for like 3 or 4 days, and then I came back, and then I started just slowly chugging along, and then now that I've played for a week, I can pretty much consistently kill any boss I come across in like less than 10 tries. Especially considering the fact that I have now learned that and reinforce the fact that I need to upgrade my weapons. Upgrading weapons is like literally the key to just like completing anything, because you can be good enough to beat anything with an unupgraded weapon, but the fact is if you kill things fast enough, you don't have to worry about it. That's the easy mode. The easy mode is literally just like upgrade your weapons, grind out a crafting material or the level up materials, and just upgrade your weapons. My spear is my halberd is plus 13, and I 5-shot at a boss in the area I'm supposed to be in right now. Just upgrade your weapons, and the game's easy. I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's like, it's so hard. It's like, just upgrade your weapons.
Just play game.
I was gonna say, the next time we stream, if you want me to play Elden Ring, I'll play Elden Ring, but we're gonna have to strap the controller to my hand so I don't throw it on the floor.
So it's definitely a practice in how to stay calm. You need to understand that, like, yes, you're going to die a few times, and you need to understand that's part of the process. And like, I understand, definitely, like, once you get used to like how your character moves, you'll notice that when you make mistakes, you'll be way more calm about it because it won't feel like the game is fighting you or you're fighting the game. It's that you specifically made a mistake at this point. So I think that's one of the things that like you need to like. That's why you need to take it slow your first couple days, so that way you don't get so angry at it. You know.
I mean, if Josh, you'll finish off. I'll stream Elden Ring this week. And then you can stream Elden Ring on your own TV. I mean, computer. I mean, I don't want my OLED game destroyed, motherfucker.
Like, I'm gonna have to figure out, like, get some Wii straps somehow, connect it to a PS4 controller. Fuck.
I'm gonna like manage. I'm gonna like do something really drastic, and it's gonna like I'm gonna be like messaging. Where do you go? I will give you $1,000 to rebuild the entire fucking thing, so that way then I can just clamp this thing to Josh's hands.
He does not throw it.
No, what you need to do is just get a bunch of double-sided tape, so that way, and then just like glue your hands to it, so that way you can't let go of the controller.
Yep. Or no, I need the. What was that VR game I see on Steam where the dude's hands are bound to this box, and it's like kind of Aperture Science-esque of like you're in this kind of scientific training thing, but your hands are bound in this box, but the box is full of puzzles, and you're trying to solve the puzzles on the box while shit's going on in the room and trying to give you clues of how to solve the puzzles on the box, which is super neat. But like, again, it's a VR game, so you probably get a better experience if you're in VR because you're not looking at your hands actively because it's covered. And I want to say the story is about trying to get your hands free, basically. And it's like, I just think I need that box. I need someone to close the lid with my hands and the controller in the box. And I cannot throw the controller.
That's funny.
Yeah, I need that very precise box. Although, I need to unlock the box. Oh, fuck.
What's funny is I saw this random video on Reddit when I was scrolling through the front page of like, you ever see those like those weird TV shows, like the magic TV shows where like the way the announcers are or whatever in them are in the I'm trying to think of the show name. Like the one that the guy that shows off how tricks are done. You know that the narrator for that.
Oh yeah.
It had like that narrator, but it was like this guy that was in like a supermax prison in some random place, and they had him like. They brought him into like the interrogation room or whatever, and they handcuffed him and put all this extra shit in him, and then put his hands in the box, and then like lock the box. But he was able to get his hands out of the box. And
I think I saw this.
And they're like, "How did you get your hands out of the box?" And it was like he literally like he had like two pieces of metal, like a hairpin and like a tension bar that was that would be good enough for it, and just picked the cuffs on the inside of the box, even though he couldn't see his hands because they like covered his hands and all that. And then he just slipped out of the cuffs and he just slipped his hands out of the box, and he's just like, "It doesn't matter if you lock the rest of the box if I just undo the handcuffs." And they were using like master locks too, and I'm like, you can literally like breathe on a master lock and unlock it. Like, are you kidding me? Have you not seen Lockpicking Lawyer?
Oh yeah. That's pretty good though.
That man opened 16 master locks in under 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Master lock is pointless.
Master lock is bad.
Yeah, it's literally security theater.
Yeah. So, anyways, shall we talk to you about the fun topic this week?
I saw that earlier. That was funny.
Are we going to talk about the fun, the lie that we got told?
Sure, go for it. Wait, what?
Yeah,
what
so
lie?
Hunter Biden's laptop.
Oh, they're just talking about the gas prices lie.
Oh, no. Hunter Biden's laptop is actually real.
Oh, wow. What an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Left his laptop at the store, and now we have a president of the United States who's an incompetent moron and probably corrupt.
again.
Again,
So
as per usual.
So how do they confirm it? Tell me how. So what took them so long to release the information?
Well, okay, the first thing that you have to do in order to actually check and stuff like that is so the way that New York confirmed it is they confirmed the New York, I don't think it was New York Post, which is one of the oldest newspapers of all time. They actually talked to the owner, and the owner actually showed them video footage of this stuff. Now,
I don't trust the New York Post anymore, by the way. I think they're fucking gobbledygook garbage in some cases. But okay, we can continue with this.
Yeah. So that's how the New York Post confirmed it. And they didn't do any cryptograph. They didn't do anything like that. They didn't check any digital sources. To them, the video was good enough. The way the New York Times confirmed it, and unfortunately I do not have a New York Times subscription, is they confirmed it via cryptograph. So when Google email servers, they produce a cryptograph usually. And when the New York Times took those emails from the laptop, provided them by the New York Post, they ran it through a bunch of security checks, they ran it through a bunch of stuff, and they were able to get the same data from the Google server as the actual emails itself.
Cool. So it's basically like a digital fingerprint, I guess. So you can just,
Basically.
So let's announce it. Okay. So it matched that way. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
So they are legitimate.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So what was on the laptop? I forget, because it's been like a year or so more.
Yeah, it's been about 2 years, roughly. What was on the laptop was images of Hunter Biden with underage girls.
Ooh.
It was pictures of Hunter Biden with crack pipes, passed out.
Okay.
It was pictures of Hunter Biden's emails with him basically confirming that the Burisma scandal was in fact true. So the Burisma scandal, for people who don't understand, Joe Biden was accused of being corrupt and getting his son a job at a Ukrainian energy company. And then I believe it was something along the lines of taking his son's money and getting a prosecutor fired to protect his son. That's true. There was emails of him confirming that Hunter Biden had business dealings with Chinese officials and used his influence with his father in order to get those jobs and business deals. And then there was the last one that I think was really interesting was I forget what it was. It was something really stupid.
Isn't this just rich people 101? Like, this is like the rich people playbook.
This is the corrupt individual playbook.
AKA the rich people playbook.
Yeah. AKA it's rules for thee, but not for me.
Of course, because if you, it's like Jesse Smollett. It's like if you have enough money, you don't fucking have to face consequences.
Yeah. Yeah, you just you just fake a hate
drop
crime.
down a few mil on a private lawyer, and probably bribe the judge and buy 100 bodyguards and leave jail.
Yeah.
And they probably never work in Hollywood again, but because nobody would buy anything with him in it at this point. Which means he doesn't have any money left over.
Are you kidding me, Ben? People like me are going to watch him.
I'm disgusted in you.
I would totally watch it. I would totally watch a series of Jesse Smollett saying I didn't do it 50 times over, followed by like recreations of exactly what happened that night.
Oh God. No, I meant like he says he was a star on Empire is what I mean. I don't think he's gonna end up on a show like that.
No.
He'll try and monetize this for the rest of his life, and you know that.
Did you? Yeah, no. I actually legitimately would watch. I would legitimately watch a reality TV show of what actually like him like, or a sketch of like him being like, I didn't do it, and then it's like actual like actors replaying what actually happened.
If this was like 2005 and Saturday Night Live wasn't a bunch of bitches, they would have done it by now.
Oh yeah.
but because of the current political climate of everything, there's no way they're going to do that.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
What, the current political climate, or just
Yeah, can I just say, well, no, the current political climate. I hate the current political climate.
I mean, 90% of people do. Like, if you look at like the polling for like a lot of the current policies and stuff that comes out, 70% of Americans don't even agree with half this shit.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, man, Josh is right. I should have never gone into politics, but I'm in too far deep.
Yeah, you're too deep at this point.
Yeah.
And too deep.
I'm sorry, friends.
Trying to keep.
It's not your fault. This was entirely my fault.
Try to go under.
Yeah, it's because you live next to America and this directly infects you, so.
No. No, it's the fact that
my
Canadian politics is like slowly becoming that shit too.
Yeah.
So like it's really hilarious because like you're watching like the same shit happen in Canada. You're like, I've seen this playbook before.
It's like the meme from Back to the Future. It's like, hey, I've seen this one before, and it's like, what are you talking about?
It's new. We just call everyone Nazis now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, Nazi. Oh no, bad Nazi.
I don't know. The saying I said last night is my favorite thing is like when I'm sitting there and talking to somebody and they're calling me a Nazi and I'm like, you're literally wearing the armband. You're wearing the fucking armband. And they're like, that doesn't make me a Nazi. You're wearing the fucking uniform.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Why are you calling me a Nazi? All I said was, oh no, apparently me saying they're defending Jewish people was apparently Naziistic of me.
So
I was like, we should not throw them into camps. That's a horrible idea.
Yeah, but I'm asking, what do you mean by that? They're literally wearing the armband? Like, is there like
they're
some
wearing
new
the armband. They were wearing the armband.
Like literally
wearing the armband and uniform. I'm very concerned.
Yeah, the thing is my brain is like, is he being like satirical with this? Like maybe they're wearing like an Antifa armband and like you're saying calling that Nazis, or you mean like they're literally wearing like the red armband with the swastika in it?
I'm being sarcastic, Ben.
You want to switch gears entirely?
It didn't actually happen.
Switch gears and
Sure.
Switch gears entirely to a game I actually played.
Yes.
Because I played Aperture Desk Job. And
I saw some
want to
clips
play
from
that.
that.
I really want to play that.
so here's the thing: it's more optimized for meant to be played with the what was it, the Steam Deck. But if you have just a 360 controller or even an Xbone controller, it still works, and also it will pick up on the shit you have plugged in your computer. So me playing this game, and then there got to a point where they're like, say your name into the microphone, and I'm like, and I see the wavelength. I'm like, this is not going to work. And as I said that out loud, I saw the wavelength move, and I'm like, holy shit, it's big. I'm like moving my mic. I'm like, is this shit working? And then it went boop. So you should see her playback of me going, this is not going to work. Like, this is not going to work. Wait, hold on, holy shit. What? That's all you're like.
Holy shit.
That's all you hear. Me shuffling from my mic and going, holy shit. Oh, fuck. It was so funny because it's like, doing the control, like the game goes through the phases of like, oh, this is what you can do. This is what you can, interact with. And it has a story attached to all the stuff you're doing. And fucking, when it clicked into the mic, I had no clue. So it was a fun surprise of like, holy shit, you used the mic? Boop. Holy shit, you used the mic? Boop. Oh, that's a funny name, huh? Like, yeah, it's so far. I'm pretty sure the game's super short, so I'm only like probably halfway. But I don't know. It's great because the game also drops a lot of references to other Aperture Science stuff that happened in the game, like the Portal series. So there's even a reference to the fucking Mantis Men, which is amazing. And that's only
You mean Mole Men?
Mantis Men, because Because the Mantis Man was only a reference in the fucking multiplayer. No, not multiplayer. The downloadable content for the workshop for the different levels you can get from other people.
Oh yeah, I think me and Noah did that.
Like that, literally, that was a content thing that you can only get when you're playing the fucking like downloadable levels and shit. So I was like, that's neat. So you're making a reference from that. Like that's
so basically it's for the hardcore players.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like it's like a fun like sandbox toy thing with a story to it. So it's like, oh, it's great. Like if you have time, like the time to play it, I'd suggest to play it.
How much is it?
It's free.
Oh, well, all right. Let me just download that right the fuck now then.
You're welcome.
Hell yeah, dude. Because if you were like $5, $10, and it was, whatever, I'd be like, oh yeah, sure, let me just throw $10 in Valve. I don't mind. But nah, dude, it's fucking free. Hell yeah, dude. Don't need to tell me twice. I love free shit.
Oh yeah, exactly. Especially when it comes to like a high quality thing that's free. You're like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, sure, let's do this. Oh frick.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear that it was free because I saw a couple clips and heard a couple sound bites, and it sounded like it was the actual like voice actor. So I was like, huh.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So I thought it was like legitimate. I was like, oh, this is probably like a VR thing and like $20.
Yeah. So like the funny thing about the desk job is that again, it's meant to go with the Steam fucking deck thing. Because you have all the buttons and doodads, you can fiddle with shit. But apparently, the game can still work even with you just have a 360 controller. Because it just notices, oh, you just have a 360 controller? You're fine. We can continue. You probably won't get the full experience, quote unquote. But it's like, whatever. You can still play it, which is great. Like,
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think this is a fantastic way to do marketing.
Oh yeah.
Because not only are you releasing a game that is like for your like new product, it's free. So like if you bought the product, you have a great way to explore the potential of the product, and then it also works with regular controllers, so other players can then get into this and be like, man, if this is like the kind of shit that like I can get on the Steam Deck, maybe I should pick one up. It's literally like genius. Like I will scream it from the heavens that Valve is a fucking genius when it comes to marketing certain things.
Oh yeah. I just find it surprising that Steam or like Valve, I mean, thought it was a great idea to go in the handheld gaming market. And it's like, what? Who? Huh? Why? Okay. I guess they...
Considering the... people have been crying for more DS stuff, and the Switch is such a huge thing. It's a no-brainer to then move it on that market and bring all the amazing PC games onto the Steam Deck to take with you places. It's such a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the other thing, too, with the Steam Deck is, like, and this is the thing that really excites me about it. So, like, full disclosure, I've been looking into building another computer just for, like, LAN parties and shit, just taking something to pack up and go. This thing's actually might be perfect for that stuff. It's a lightweight computer that you can take on the go. You can dock it. You can play all of your PC games on it.
Yeah, the real question is what kind of performance are you going to get out of it? Because I haven't seen any benchmarking or anything with it.
You get 60 FPS, but the games have to be Linux approved. And it's not a very good test per se.
Yeah, like I think it's more of optimizing than it is like.
It's basically it's so new. It's hard to make stuff for it right now, right? Is what you're saying?
No, because there's tons of games that like you can have Ponbarian, Into the Breach, Splitgate, Hired Gun. All of those games work. Games that don't are stuff like Loop Hero, RimWorld, Turnip Boy, Tax Evasion.
RimWorld just says they have a beta.
Yeah.
So.
Kerbal Space for Ren. Killing Floor 2. And then it's like
Kerbal would be amazing to take around places. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah. And then you have games that will not work at all, like Burnout Paradise Remastered and Duke Nukem Forever.
I mean, do you think they even give a shit about those games anymore?
Burnout Paradise Remastered. I think that. Oh, and Destiny 2. Destiny 2 will never work on Steam Deck.
I'm surprised it functions on PlayStation, let alone on PC. Okay, the spaghetti code that they use for this game is
What, Destiny 2?
yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Do you know one of the reasons why Destiny's development time is so slow?
Because they're fucking terrible programmers.
No, because it takes so long for them to load the code. They were saying
yes.
that the reason it was taking them so long to make changes during Forsaken was because in order to load the engine to test one thing took hours.
That sounds about like it takes me 15 minutes in order to load up a Unity level.
Yeah, no,
Come
their
on, man.
code takes them hours to open. And because it takes them so long to open and test the shit, they can't change anything. So it's like, oh, we want to do nerf buffs on this weapon, so we need to test it in our sandbox. Well, they close the game, open the engine, 2 hours, change a few numbers, close the engine, load the game, test. Oh, no, that's too much. Turn it down. 2 hours. That's why nothing gets done.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, I've done some stuff with some engines, and I can tell you that it's not always the best. And Unity and Unreal seem to be the best ones I've used so far when it comes to compile time.
I don't think Destiny runs on either of them. I think that's the problem. Or they run on a really old version of
Destiny runs on
Unreal.
internal Bungie engine.
Yeah, I think that's why. That's why they have to keep deleting stuff, because the spaghetti code is just so bad.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I've heard stories of the first Destiny of them wanting to fix something on their workstations. They had to basically boot it up, leave the computer for an hour, and then come back. Or something stupid like that. It's like in order to load up all the assets and shit. It's like, God damn it! You think they had something better to do?
God, it's gone across 2 games. Jeez, that's awful. How do you mess that up over 2 games?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the second one, but the first one I've heard it was just god awful.
Well, the first one,
the second one apparently is just as bad.
Really?
Well, the second one, yeah.
That's terrible.
They're both really awful.
Oh, what is with this company that can't seem to pull their shit together and somehow still
It's because
live?
they refuse to use Unity or Unreal, and I think that maybe they were talking about changing for Destiny 3, but because of them leaving Activision, they didn't have the funding in order to even create 3. Like, the whole Witch Queen DLC was supposed to be Destiny 3, but they had to
Well, no, that was
retool
Beyond
it.
Life.
Oh, Beyond Light was supposed to be Destiny 3?
Beyond Light was supposed to be Destiny 3.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was supposed to be Witch Queen. Fuck.
Yeah, so usually when they do Destiny 3, they usually do gear reworks, and then they do gear reworks and then stuff like that. And because they left Activision, they were like, no, we're no longer doing this. We're just making changes to the game from now on. And what ended up happening because they left Activision Blizzard was because they basically were like, yeah, we're no longer going to be able to make any new engines for the next foreseeable future.
Yeah, because you just have the money to just sit idly while they made a new engine for Destiny 3. I know that's why Destiny 3 got canceled in the first place.
Yeah.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah. That works. Well, at least we have some good Halo news. No,
Are they actually making like some new stuff?
Yeah, they're adding in 2 new maps.
Did they fix the desync issue?
That's being fixed.
Might be too little, too late.
I mean, that game. Every single time I talk to people about Halo, they're like, "Oh, that game's killing itself," and I'm like, "The game's still fun."
Yeah, but the problem is like I see more and more every day people being like, I'm quitting because I literally shoot this guy for like 40 seconds and then he just turns around and kills me because of the desync. And it's just like, that's just depressing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm waiting until they fix that. So.
Yeah, see, you're not even playing because of it.
Well, my thing with that game is like, I'm like, I could play it or I could play something else and have fun. And like, I would rather play with my friends a little bit more than anything else.
I feel like it just went, the whole discussion here has just gone over your head.
Oh
no.
No,
you're not realizing. You're like,
no, I'm exactly like, oh yeah, the game's still fun. I don't have any hard feelings on it. And then I'm like, also like, oh, well, I'm not playing anymore. Because I'm like, oh, I'll wait until more content comes out.
It's gonna say,
you're probably right, Ren, if I'm honest, though. You're completely right.
I remembered your character in Pokemon Arceus' name. All right, Joe Rogan, let's go catch some Pokemon.
I did a Joe Rogan moment there.
You're basically just all right off the bat playing that fucking thing. It was like, oh, which one is the most? Oh, I forget what you said, but I'm like, dude, just pick a character. Just pick a character. For fuck's sake, pick a character.
Just pick a Pokemon.
Yeah, and you finally picked one. You're like, what should I name it? And you just went with Joe Rogan. So once in a while, you get a screenshot moment of like, wow, thanks, Joe Rogan. You saved the day. And you're like, God damn it.
Well, that was a random comment, Josh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just remembered of you naming him Joe Rogan. I'm like, I can't stop thinking about it. It's just funny.
That's as good as the people that name their character like D's Nuts or something. So every time they're like, you've done it, D's Nuts. Funny names like that are the best.
Oh,
Thank you, Joe Rogan, for saving the day. No problem, random citizen.
Dude, to make a female character, name yourself Karen.
I almost picked a female character.
Oh no, the alpha Pokemon are going haywire. Let's send in the Karen.
They don't stand a chance.
Oh wait, Karen that fell from the sky. Maybe she can help us.
Is that a podcast? I think that's a podcast.
Oh fuck!
Oh god, that's next time I play through it. Karen's gonna happen.
Holy shit, dude!
I'm gonna play some desk. I'm gonna play some desk job. I don't know what you guys doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that as soon as we're out of here too.
All right.
I'm gonna take the dog for a walk.
Well, I guess it's end.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for listening to Black Mind Game Podcast episode whatever the fuck I'm a jug of blah blah blah. It is. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Josh.
Yep.
We've been recording for like an hour and 20 minutes, and now I have an entire week off, so this thing is gonna go up quickly.
All right. Well, I'm stopping podcasting.
Yeah. So thank you everyone. Have a good night. Bye.
All right. Yeah, looks like Audacity's working. All right. All of a sudden, it's back. All of a sudden, it's just fine. I don't know what the fuck that was.
So we got fun news we can talk about. We also got sad news we could talk about.
Apparently, so I guess troubleshooting is literally just do things until it works again.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, well, here we go.
Welcome to IT.
This.
Do you want a job as a tier 1 help desk? That's really pretty much it.
I mean, do I get paid money? And,
Yes.
And do I not want to kill myself after a week?
Oh, no. The suicide comes very quickly and very fast.
Then I'm thinking I'm gonna pass. Unless it's like 20 an hour, then I'll consider it.
It's when I got paid 19 Canadian pesos. That's more Canadian pesos than that.
So that's about 16 an hour here.
Yeah, that's all you need.
And 16 to 15 an hour is pretty shitty.
Yeah, but you know what? In like a couple years, you'll be getting paid $1 million an hour because your dollar will be worth nothing.
Yeah, where our dollar's probably deflating as fast as the ruble is. Anyway, I guess we should start now.
Josh, this is going to be a really depressing episode, so you got to have some bangers for us, okay?
Oh God.
You got to have some bangers.
Oh God.
You got to have some bangers.
All this pain on me. Great.
I mean, Josh, you still have the best story out of all of us with the retarded Charizard hat.
Oh yes.
Is this where we put the picture? Is that
General.
the picture of the dead horse where the guy with the stick is poking and he's like, do something, and it just says Josh right over the horse?
Yeah, pretty much. Nobody saw the episode image from last week, did they?
In where? In general?
No, I posted it. Here, I'll post the episode image. I have to find it though. I think it's in my memes. Yes, it is in my memes. Because every single time I open Photoshop, I literally... There it is. Does anyone recognize that beautiful face?
God damn it.
I don't actually.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Would you like a reminder?
Sure.
Scroll up in your direct messages.
Okay. Oh, it's that one.
It's that one.
And the episode title is, I think I said, it's not porn.
I mean,
It's close.
it is softcore.
Is there any tits there? No, there's no tits. No
I guess my
ass.
definition of softcore and yours is different. All right, cool.
No. My definition of softcore is softcore porn is where you get to see where the girl's in a bikini. There's no bikini there. That's like pretty much there. Yeah, I'll make sure to post a picture of Josh's avatar in this picture. That will be the episode image.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. And I think also you need to save that for when Josh is silent for over like 40 minutes. So you can just put that one there. So it's like, I have a host that's been quiet for far too long in this podcast. If you actually like him, I'm sorry.
That's fair.
You're welcome, Josh.
Yes.
I know there's sometimes we talk about shit that like you literally have no input on, and it goes on for like the whole podcast, and you literally don't say anything.
Yep.
It's better than when he talks about Magic the Gathering. It's like the opposite happens. But I at least sit there and go, That's really interesting. That's so interesting, Josh. So what you're saying is that I can do X with X? That's amazing.
Great. And I just keep going.
I mean, it's better than the fucking like car ride with him I had today. Holy shit.
Car ride's fine.
We almost died 4 times.
Wasn't that bad?
We almost died 26 times.
Who was driving?
Me.
Then you need to stop driving, sir. If you said you almost died that many times.
I'll tell you right now, I didn't freak out, so it wasn't that bad.
Somebody cut us off.
No, the one car drove onto the grass so he can get around the fucking traffic.
Yeah.
What
So
the fuck?
Yeah,
me and Josh,
leaving the what mall was that? Southgate.
Yeah. So me and Josh comes over and we're like, we're gonna stream today. And so normally when we stream, we move my mic over to a table and then it sits in between us and then we talk for like 40 minutes like it retards. It works. It's not the best solution, but it works.
Yeah, and
Last week or Friday, I bought 2 lapel mics, and we were like, okay, cool. And I was like, okay, they're going to come in around 10 o'clock. We'll do the show. I'll grab the mics. Everything will be good. They came in at 10 a.m. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Okay. So I open it up. It doesn't come with batteries, of course. So Josh and I had to go to Costco in order to get batteries. We then went to EB Games to now called GameStop.
well, here's the thing about the Costco trip. We went to Costco. We got the batteries, but then you're like, I need to get groceries. So we proceeded to also get groceries while I was walking literally beside you, looking like a gay couple while playing Pokemon Go.
Josh and I were doing the homophobic talk.
And at the same time, we're just at the same time, I'm just going like.
I was sitting there and I was talking with the lips the entire time.
Oh God. No, fucking.
I was sitting there being like, yes, we need this, honey.
If anything, I was just pointing out the fact that like I haven't been in a Costco in probably years. So literal years. So
So Ben, is this interesting? Ben, do something.
Fucking.
I'm just waiting for it to be over.
Okay.
It's over.
So then we leave Costco. We load up the truck. We forget where we put the batteries.
Figures.
Yeah.
No, it's in the truck.
It's in the truck. We put it in the truck. And then we go to Southgate. And then we have an interesting conversation with 2 very cute GameStop employees. 2 very cute GameStop employees. They were very cute.
Well, here's the question: are either of you over 6 feet tall?
Yes.
Both of you are?
Well, not
Yes.
wait, 6 feet.
Yes.
I'm 5'9", so no.
You're fucked then. I'm sorry, friend, but you're just fucked. I mean, I don't mean to like be all black pill or whatever, but like the chances of you having a woman be interested in you at 5'9" is like 2%.
I'm like 5'11", 6
Oh, you're
foot.
fucked as well.
They can't tell the difference. They can't tell the difference. No, dude, I'm not fucked.
You know what's funny is that I'm 6'2". You know how tall my girlfriend is?
How tall?
4'9".
Wow.
She's perfect size.
You know,
Yeah, I just pick her up and carry her.
Yep.
Yeah. Put her in a suitcase.
Yep.
Only need to pay for
Pocket
one.
Here's
Yeah, pocket.
Here's a
girlfriend.
random piece of trivia about height. A lot of pro wrestlers, you see them on TV and you go, wow, they're like, you think they're normal human height. No, they're like always giants, always. But
Yeah,
the funny
they're
thing
like
is,
6'5" and taller.
Rey Mysterio, he's like 3 inches shorter than me. It's like, wait, hold on.
He looks tiny.
He looks tiny. So it's like, what the fuck?
I'm pretty sure I'm taller than Josh.
By like 2 inches, 3 inches, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I'm
there
like,
for you guys.
I'm like 6 foot. I'm like right on the cusp
Oh,
where it's like unacceptable.
I just hear the lemon guy. Unacceptable! Unacceptable!
Yeah, basically. And so like we're buying Devil May Cry. Well, I'm buying Devil May Cry because Josh is like, I'm going to play Devil. I'm like, Josh, what do you want to play this week? Do you want to play Nier? He goes, no. Do you want to play Devil May Cry? Yeah.
Sure.
I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah,
I want to play.
I was going to get
one.
the Kirby game, but that comes out next week.
Yeah.
I was a bit of a dumbass going, oh, it's next week. Right. They're like, you want to pre-order? You want to pre-order? I'm like, I'll get it. I'll get it, Duke. Just whatever.
No. You should have done what I did, which was like following where you should have said, I will pre-order for a price. I need to see something.
DMC5 is the recent one?
DMC5 Ultimate Edition on Xbox Series X.
Okay. Yeah, I want to play that one because that's the one where it has the Virgil section, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you have...
And where all the good music came from too, right?
Yeah, so like I own DMC5 on PC. And because I own it on PC, you can just upgrade to the deluxe super amazing extreme edition.
Okay, yeah.
But I was like, okay, fine, we'll stream it on Xbox because that way then we can watch it on my TV and I don't have to run a cable. And so while we're standing there, the girl, while I'm buying my video game, the girl goes, do you want the extended warranty? And I'm like, okay. No. Does it cover Blender? Me throwing the game into a blender and blending it? She goes, No. No,
she wasn't even confused about that. She just accepted that.
She heard what I said, and she goes, "No, it doesn't cover that." And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, if it covered Blender insurance, then she goes, I'm like, oh, well, that's unfortunate. She goes, well, do you want the warranty? I'm like, no, I'm good.
If I can't shove it in the blender, then what is it for?
Yeah, if I can't accidentally destroy my own property.
The fact that they're still offering warranties on like these dual layer Blu-rays, everything is that they're in disc form that are like nearly impossible to scratch to the point where they're unreadable is absurd. And the fact is you don't even have most of the game on the fucking disc. The disc is just DRM at this point.
Yep.
Basically.
And it's just like, so like you download half the game anyway. So like, what's the fucking point? Like, that's one of the things that like I stopped giving a shit about getting everything physically. Cause like I used to buy every single game I have physically. By the way, we haven't synced yet.
Yeah, we should sync though. Let's sync in 3, 2, 1.